How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Master Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of, Vermont-based IPA hopeful goodness in the form of Foam Brewers. It is the fruit that ate itself. India Pale Ale, 7.2% alcohol by volume. I've never had this before, but I actually got this in a box yesterday via Gordon. Thank you very much, brother. He sent me off a box of Vermont-based stuff and a little bit of Brooklyn. To boot, you can go watch that unboxing. And I figured I'd dive into this sucker because I'm kind of in the mood. I'm in the mood for a fruited IPA. Now, I don't know anything about this beer. That's my whole shtick. I don't read anything about it. But something that's the fruit that ate itself. I assume it's going to be, 1 pint pure beer. Okay, it doesn't say anything there. But I assume maybe there might be a fruit edition. If not, I'm in the mood for an IPA, what you want me to say. As far as what else it says in here, like I said, the fruit that ate itself, I'm sure there's some kind of old book or song or something like that they're hitting on. That's what foam does. I don't know what that means. It's 1 pint pure beer. Burlington, Vermont. Keep cold, drink fresh. Time kills art. Brewers Charlie Hudson. I'm sure that has to do with the author or the artist or whatever. And it says Mouse. 8/23/18. Today is the 30th. 7 days old. Say what? And it's typical foam fashion. They got their kind of shape they do with that art in the background. And I always dig their labels. So there you go. Let's see what we got. No idea what's going on in this sucker. You just crack it open and drink it because that's how we do. As we expect from foam, it's going to be your typical kind of hazy New England stylish kind of IPA. Kind of a rocky head on it. Not much creaminess to it, to be perfectly honest with you. Probably going to dissipate by the time I stop talking about it. And you have a rich, deep core to it. I mean, it's coming in at 7.2%. Looks more of like a malt forward kind of imperial triple IPA as far as color goes. But again, assuming the fruit beer thing, the way that head kind of crumbled on it, I assume there might be a little bit of something floating around in there. But yeah, I mean, she looks the part of a New England style IPA. Let's get a nose. Just hops, man. Just straight up hops. Very bittering, very aggressive, very citrus rindy. It's very, very zesty. I mean, it's not pithy. It's not sweet. Their components might be there in the taste, but as far as the nose go, it's straight up like you mashed up green, pellety hoppiness with some zestiness. And that's pretty much what you're getting there. Grapefruit, orange, that kind of stuff in the zest format with a big sweetness to it. Very biting. That zestiness is huge, big. It's what you kind of get if you've ever kind of zested food and you kind of just take a pinch and kind of eat it. It's that violent in a fun way. I like the way it's playing. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. Pretty much the same thing in the taste. It comes off a little bit thin. I've noticed this with a lot of the foam beers. For me, they tend to come off a little bit like thin. They have the look to it. They have that kind of hefty, turbid kind of, thickness visually. They end up coming off a little bit thin. That mouthfeel ends up, I think, kind of curbing a lot of the flavors that want to come out in the beer. That zestiness in the nose follows through in the taste. That's pretty much what you're getting. You're getting that zesty, bittering, biting, green kind of hop that is your orange, your grapefruit, that kind of thing, hitting your tongue. But I think there's more to it. There should be a little bit more kind of flabbiness to the beer, a little bit more kind of depth to it. Lets you coat your tongue, lets you get a little bit more depth of the beer. I just don't feel like I'm getting it here. Very striking. Almost comes off like seltzer-like a flavored seltzer to me. Whereas if you ever have like flavored seltzer water, it gives you illusion of flavor, bits of flavor here and there on the edges, but you just get this kind of blank carbonated water kind of vibe. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah, it feels like there's so much more to the beer. It's missing that body component, that haze flabbiness. It looks the part, but it lacks it in the taste. It comes off thin and just ends up delivering just that punchy citrus zestiness with a little bit of that, or a decent amount of that green in there. That's pretty much it. Kind of a bummer, to be perfectly honest with you, because I feel like there's more to the beer. I'm just not getting it. Like I said, that seltzer analogy in my brain works perfectly. Just if you've ever drank seltzer, like flavored seltzer water, where just it's missing that kind of richness and roundness to it, that's where this one lands for me. So yeah, it's not a bad beer by any means, but it just feels very sharp. And there's no softness and fluffiness and creaminess and roundness to it. And that's kind of what New England style IPAs kind of rely on. So yeah, okay beer. Very one note. I think that has to do a lot with the body, but you know, tis what it is. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better IPAs, hazy or otherwise, I've had as late. Not really. Just kind of the way that mouthfeel comes off, the way the body comes off, it just fails to deliver what I want from it and what it wants to be. And like I said, it's kind of a mix of kind of like seltzer water and hop citrusness. And while that's kind of interesting in a certain way, it doesn't really get me all that excited. Value availability, no idea. It was foam. I mean, I'm probably guessing in just like anybody else, 14 to 20 bucks for 4-pack, brewery only, and leave you with, if you like what way, like this. If you find the kind of soft, creamy, big, hefty bodies of New England style IPAs to be bothersome, and you want something that is a little bit more drinkable, and you want something more of a beer New England style hop soda, it's kind of what you're gonna get here. Like I said, that seltzer thing keeps coming to mind. So if that's what you dig in a beer, or that's what you want in a beer, check it out. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing a social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing a whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little foam beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.